All right, so we've covered the different disciplines that you can find in finance. Now, how do you actually find something that works for you? So, in this lesson, I'm going to be going over how you can identify your passion within finance. And this is not easy. This might take you a while, but I'm going to give you the foundational material that you need to even make that decision or be capable of making that decision, or it's going to lead you on the right path, right? It's going to give you some type of direction on how to make the decision, which is identifying your passion in finance. For me, it took, focusing on one thing in college and going out into the world, into the workforce, and doing one thing and then switching to another discipline and then realizing that I actually like the first discipline and going back to that discipline. Okay. Now, the first thing you have to do if you're in college already is going to be a self-assessment of what type of person are you. Okay. Now, I'm going to group this into three different categories when it comes to the different people that work in finance. The first one's going to be people that analyze financial data. Are you a person that's more interested in data? Are you a person that's more interested in looking at information, financial information, and creating a story out of that, making it make sense? That's the type of person I am. I am a person that can look at, an Excel file with a lot of data, and I'm going to be able to reorganize that data, clean that data, and be able to create a story out of that data. That's the type of person I am. So I've always worked in roles that are, data heavy, that allow me to use that skill. Now you might be in those roles, and that's how I started. And as you move up the corporate ladder, you become the person that kind of like makes decisions. You become a decision maker, and your job is to now train people that are the entry level, financial analysts or people that are analyzing financial data. So that's the first type of person, right? Now, the second is going to be, are you a person that likes making investment decisions, right? So this goes into, another discipline, which is investments. Now, if you're a person that likes investments and you think, your passion is investing and you want to make investment decisions for people, for corporations, for yeah, anything really, this is going to be a path for you, right? This is more of, you need to have, attention to detail because you're dealing with money now. If you're working for, on a trading desk, right? You're working with millions of dollars, right? And a simple mistake can cost a company or an individual millions of dollars. Now, the other one is going to be, are you more of a people person, a person that wants to help individuals with their financial planning, right? That's why we have financial advisors. Now, you're more of a people person with finance knowledge who's going to be helping people navigate finances. Okay, so those are the three different things. So you can use these three things as a starting point. So in the resources section, you are going to find an Excel file that's going to have these three things and jobs that fall underneath those three different categories, and that should be a good start for you. Now let's move on to how do you actually be more involved, right? How do you, because it's one thing to just look at this thing and say, okay, I'm this type of person, these are the jobs that fall underneath this category, right? Once you do that, what's the next step? You have to network and do informational interviews. This is something that I did in college, right? You have to connect with professionals that already work in finance because they know more than you do. They're actually doing the job. So if you realize that you want to be a financial analyst, right? Why not connect with professionals that are, financial analysts? Now, if you are in college, you have an advantage because there are alumni that went to the same college. And once you connect with these people, they can become your mentors, right? They can invite you to events, right? Or maybe it's an organization on campus that is hosting an event of, finance professionals or business professionals, right? Attend those events. That's when you're going to meet people that can be your future mentors, people that can give you some insights, right? Participate in all those networking opportunities that you see happening on campus. You never know who you're going to meet. So now what is the next step? The next step is going to be to gain practical experience. Okay. How do you do this? You have to get hands-on experience. That is how you are going to decide if you actually like doing something, right? because if the idea is in your head, you might imagine it to be something else, but when you actually do it, it might be something that is completely opposite. So you have to get hands-on experience. So how do you do this? You have to do it through internships. We're going to cover how to get internships in a future lesson. We have to do part-time jobs, right? If you can't get an internship, do a part-time job, right? You have to volunteer. If you can't get a part-time job or internship, volunteer. This is going to give you, a hands-on type of experience that's going to validate if you actually enjoy doing the work. Now, the last step is going to be continual education and learning. So you have to stay up to date with what's happening within the finance industry, because there might be industry events that might affect how you like working in that industry. Like, for example, let's say all the big four consulting firms are laying off all their management consultants. You might want to change your discipline if you don't want to deal with, things like that. And you only know that by, staying up to date with industry trends. Now, you also need to keep learning different skills. Not everything is going to be taught in college, right? College is probably not going to teach you how to use QuickBooks. It's not going to teach you how to use Salesforce. It's not going to teach you how to use tools that are used in the industry. So it is up to you to find courses, certifications, or maybe just anything or training that's going to help you upgrade your skill set. And this is going to make you competitive. So that is a good starting point when it comes to how to identify your passion in finance. What discipline should you go into in finance? Okay, so that is pretty much it for this lesson. I'll see you guys on the next one.